Welcome. Today we're going to talk about how hard times is actually helping you shape your future. And I see a lot of people going through hard times, setbacks, and they just give up because they keep going through setbacks and setbacks. And what we're going to go over today is crazy if you actually understand what I'm trying to do. But first, let me give you the overview of what are we going to do today. And I'm going to go in different parts of how hard times is actually helping you out more than breaking you or destroying you or killing your confidence. For example, let's assume you have a plan or you're just trying to make some money or whatever you got going on. And right when you getting started and everything just keep collapsing. So, you don't have the chance to materialize your dreams, right? And in such time, people tend to be depressed. People tend to go in solitude and just beat themselves up. But if you actually open your eyes, you can see that sometimes hard times are blessings, right? And I'm saying this because I recently just went through setbacks, and it's nothing new. Like life, that's a part of life. Like you go through setbacks. And in this particular situation, let's say financially, right? But when I relaxed, right, I just looked at my environment and studied the pattern of my life through the past. I noticed that every time I go through setbacks, I go through times where nothing is working out, it's actually the best time for me to create a plan, right? You don't want to just have good motion with no plan, right? You don't want to have a business that's making you money, but you don't have a plan where to get it to. So you're just gonna be making money with no plan. Eventually, the source of the money is gonna dry up because you don't have a plan. You don't have a purpose behind what you're doing. And I noticed that every time I go through setbacks, yeah, people outside may look at it like, oh, he's falling off or setbacks and everything. But in reality, I look at it like a blessing because I have a better idea of how I can plan my comeback, my future. And the plan is going to be so detailed that it's hard for you to fail, because the reason you failed the first time is because you didn't plan as deep as you're about to plan when you're going through these setbacks, right? For example, you will have a business idea that you're trying to do and you start it and everything goes bad. You're not just going to give up if it's a good business. You just got to have a better plan. And when you're in those dark times, instead of beating yourself up, you can just observe. Go outside, do activities that will inspire you, and still keep in mind that I'm coming back. And the ideas you're going to come back with is way better than the first one. So every time you're going through setbacks, just look at your life like, what can I do to make this thing better? What plan can I have to make it better? And the fact that you're actually sad and depressed, it's going to give you a different type of inspiration, because you're going to look at it so deep and you're going to see all the probabilities of what could happen, and you're going to tackle them before you even start. And when you start your comeback, it's the energy is just crazy. Like, your confidence is better, higher, and you feel more vibrant, and you can actually tackle anything that comes in front of you because you know how the previous setbacks made you feel. You don't want to feel like that. You're here to win, and the fact that you want to win so bad and you actually learn the lesson within the setbacks, it's like, I don't know how to say it. It's like you've grown to a different level that will actually achieve whatever you're trying to achieve in that situation. So today we're going to make a different scenes, Right now I'm going to give you the overview, and I have a lot of things to do. I got to go to work, but before that I'm going to take you with me and we're going to get in details. But for now, I got to go pray first, then we're going to head out.
والسماء ذات البروج واليوم الموعود وشاهد ومشهود قتل أصحاب الأخدود النار ذات الوقود.
Don't never look down when you have setbacks, when you're going through a setback. When times is hard, don't look down, It's just a time to reassess your plan. or be inspired for better plans or new plans and go back and execute. So whenever you see yourself going through times that's not favorable for you, just know wherever you was about to get to, it was gonna crush you. So just double down and have a better plan and look around you. I bet you're gonna be inspired. Let me tell you one of my secrets, man. Before I leave the house, I have a question in mind about life in general, my life, what I wanna know, and I go out. As I look at things, I try to be inspired. You know, that's how I get a lot of my answers. Like, since the topic of today is talking about how setbacks is actually giving you another chance to come back better and stronger, to inspire you, to give you better knowledge that you didn't have before, so you can tackle certain things that you definitely gonna face, you know, when you actually get to the place you wanna get to. So I'm not gonna sit and be sad about it all day in the house. I just keep that question in mind. So whatever I see, I try to get a lesson and tie it to whatever I'm going through. I don't want to know what other people got going on. I don't know what's going on. I just want to be inspired. And I'm not just going to force myself to be inspired. I'm just going to let it be. You know, that's one of my tricks that I do. So whenever I'm leaving the house, I have something in mind that I want to know, that I really want to know. And you'll be surprised. There's wisdom everywhere. There's knowledge everywhere. You know, we don't know anything about this life. God brought us here for a reason, right? There's lessons everywhere. And who's best to ask? It's God. God created this world. So I go outside, I just get inspired, and I know. So this is one of my tricks. And for today, I'm about to go to the car wash and just vacuum my car and clean it up a little bit. And hopefully I get inspired on the way. But I'm gonna let you know whenever I discover some things, but I'm gonna stay in touch though. But don't forget, setbacks, it's a time where you rebrand yourself, or you adjust your plan and get back. As I was saying earlier, you know, always have something in mind and go outside and be inspired. And since I left my house, when I started driving, I saw like 3 cars like parked on the side of the road that need some assistance, you know? And you may be going through a lot, but those people be wishing too their car didn't break down on them on the road. You know, you're driving your car, everything's good, yet you may have other things that's not going as good. You know, some people will trade to be in your position. So setbacks are not really defeat, you know? It's just time to learn what to do differently. You know, the people that have their car broken on the street, you don't know what they got going. Maybe they don't even have money to get their car towed, to get to the mechanic. You know, maybe their car will be parked there for the next month so they can raise up enough money to fix the problem. So you never know. You know, you just gotta allow yourself to be inspired by things. And if you didn't have nothing in mind before you left your house, you would just look at it and just drive by and pass and not, you know what I'm saying, not care, not put 2 and 2 together, and these things you just think is normal. Yeah, people car breaking down the street is normal, but the fact that you're leaving your house, you're driving with something in your mind, you know, you're trying to make something, you're trying to learn something out of nothing, you're trying to be inspired, so nothing just go by. You know, everything you see have meaning. Like what I just said, like people car being broken on the street, and they probably need help, they're probably waiting on somebody, they probably gotta be at work, they gotta be somewhere, or they're missing on something, their kids is probably waiting on them. So you just gotta know that you're not the only one going through things, you know? And you gotta appreciate wherever you at. And especially if your setbacks is actually forging your mindset to become better, then you're not losing, you're a winner, you know? Everybody's not in the same situation as you. Like, look at people, some of them walking outside, some of them doing odd jobs just to make ends meet. But your struggles is different. So when you look at people, you know, you just gotta feel for them in a way, because you might be in a better place than them. Yeah, it's good to be ambitious, but don't forget where you came from too, you know? I am recording right now, so I have a question for you. I want you to answer this according to your life experience, what you've been through. What's your take on setbacks at least? Like when things don't go your way and you have a plan, or you try to get something and it don't go your way, what's your plan? What's your take on it?
That's a very interesting question. As we know, setbacks come. They're literally inevitable. And obviously, setbacks are necessary for growth. Right. So the best way to handle a setback is, one, you're doing something and you have a setback. You need to take into consideration why you had this setback. Example. Let's say you go for your driving test exam. This is just an example, right? Very simple and basic for common understanding. Say we're going for a driving exam, right? And the instructor says you failed, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, when you fail, you don't just fail. You fail, and then there's a reason behind the failure. So you have to find out the failure. Notice, if I go to my driving instructor and I fail, and I just get out the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just failed, and I'm not provided with what I need to not fail the next time,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when you have a setback, in the same way, like, you have to look at what actually made whatever you're going for fail. And that's how you really come back from the setback. Another thing how you come back from setback is you have to also work on your mindset. You have to prepare your mind for a setback, because, like I said, setbacks are going to come anyway. If your mind is not prepared for it when it happens, it'll have a way of kind of like making you deter from what you want to do. But if you already have it in mind that this comes with my growth, this comes with what I need to do for me to be fulfilled, then regardless if it comes, you'll still be able to keep the same spirit, right? Then another thing is determination as well. It kind of the same as the other one, but it's not exactly the same. You need determination because nothing comes easily.
I'm not even gonna lie, I learned something from what you just said. Like the first example, you said if you have a driver's test or driving test and you failed, the instructor is gonna let you know where you fell at. So that's not really failing, that's not really a setback, because you know where you fell. You just need to go work on it and come back again. For example, you failed the parallel parking or the reverse parking and everything else was good, and now you know where you need to go work on more and come back and achieve whatever you were supposed to achieve and get your license. So that's exactly what I was saying earlier today. I'm like, setbacks is a place where God sends you to reassess your plan or give you better wisdom, understanding of what you're trying to achieve, and actually build your character to be able to handle it. So you just go back and not be depressed and look around and be inspired, and you have a better bag that you can take with you to the journey of whatever journey you was trying to achieve in the first place. Now you're ready for it. Like, even you a basketball player, so people be like, I'm in my bag. That mean like you're actually digging deep inside, like, you know what I'm saying, pulling up some things that you usually don't use because they're forcing you to get in there. So setbacks is basically just like that.
Yeah, another thing about setbacks is you can put it this way: it's life's question of how bad do you really want it.
I like that. Well, that's it. That's another way to look at it, and it makes sense.
There's a lot of people.
This is my pastor.
Some people don't really want it, so when a setback comes, they quick to give up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you know this is your only option, or this is what you really want, regardless, you have a choice. Okay.
Don't let setback finish or you'll become a fish.
Yeah. He's basically saying don't let setbacks, drain your energy and just give up in life. Okay, sir. Goodbye. Me, I am leaving.
Okay, people.
Okay, bye the people. Tell them.
I'll see you.
Okay, sir. Yeah, that's my man James, man. That's how we be talking sometimes. It's funny. Like, we just try to bring our African accents. Even though it's not really like that, we just try our best, just pronounce every word. Like, how are you? Like, how are you, sir? Like, we just try to play around, but that's just how I am with him, I guess. He's a good guy, and he's trying to become a pastor. And it's crazy. I'm a Muslim, he's a Christian, and we best friends. Like, it's not the religion, we're still human at the end of the day. You can't just reject people just because they don't practice the same faith as you. If they're good people, they're good people. That's all it is, man. That's just at least my mindset. We respect each other, we respect each other's beliefs. Even though as friends, sometimes we try to convince each other, my religion is this, my religion is that, but at the end of the day, we come to terms, we agree to each other, like, I'm really proud of him though, because we came from far. About to talk to one of my mans too. I'm about to ask him for his opinion.
Yo, Slam, hello.
Walaikum salam, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. Yeah, I said I found it, bro. Appreciate it, though.
I got a question for you, though.
Yeah.
What's your take on setbacks? When things don't go according to your plan.
Setbacks?
Yeah.
Here's the thing, bro. Like, you know how they say a minor setback for a major comeback. Like, sometimes, bro, like, you'll get a setback in life, but it's not what you think. Like, sometimes the setback, it could just be a test, Allah just preparing you for a blessing to come. It could be a lesson, bro. Because when people, they look at, succeeding, they just look at accomplishing the material things that's there, making the money that there's that, but they don't realize it's the person that you become in that process. That's why they say you have to master the skill. Like, that's why when you see some people, let's say they get into a business and then they succeed in that business, after they succeed, they say, with the knowledge that I have now, I could do it in way less time. I could do it in a couple months when it took me 5 years, because they learned, they made mistakes and stuff, and then went back and then fixed it and then learned again. So I think setbacks is definitely not a bad thing, bro. I'd say it's more so a good thing, bro. And not even only that, it's not only the knowledge also that you get from it. It's also like the mindset, the drive, the motivation, bro. Because sometimes you get a setback, but the way that it changes you, the pain, the way that you process the pain and stuff like that, it's just different, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I feel that, bro.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like, even that's why I sent you the video. I sent you a video of that guy. That guy, bro, he's pretty smart, bro. Like, and emotionally, like, intelligent, bro. Like, what he be talking about is tough. You should watch that guy. He also has one on Diddy and stuff like that, where he talks about that stuff. But he was talking about one thing in that video of Batman, because he was talking about how he realized, first he wanted revenge for for Batman's parents getting killed, but then he realized that his purpose is much bigger than that. And I felt like that's very important, bro, because when people, they do you wrong, you feel that pain. A part of you just want to go get revenge, but sometimes, but the pain is so much, bro, that it's not even about revenge no more. It's just about fulfilling your purpose, because that's the only thing that you feel like will make up for the loss you took, bro.
That's true, because I also believe that setbacks are something that's gonna give you a little clearer picture of what your purpose is, a little detail that will add to the bigger plan or the bigger vision that you have for yourself in life.
I felt that, bro.
Yeah. Like, I heard somebody say, in good times you listen to the music for the sound and the rhythm, the flow, but when you're in hard times, you listen to the song for the real meaning, so you can understand the meanings. So setbacks is the place where you understand the meaning of the song. But if everything's moving good, you just listen to the song that will make you move, dance, that don't have no sense. So something
I
like that.
feel that. Like, yeah, like for example, let's say you go through some pain, like for example, some people, like let's say something that happens, let's say they would listen to a song, they like the song, but then when something happened in their life that's similar to that, let's say they lost a loved one or they went through a breakup or something like that, I guess that jump be hitting different for them.
Yeah, exactly. That type. Yeah. That's why
Yeah,
some
I
people be
guess that's
using
why those
certain
type of
songs to.
songs go.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, like that's not the, I guess that's why that those type of songs be going like, yeah, bro. Even sometimes that the murder music, some people that actually then commit murders and stuff like that. Like, even though a lot of people that's not into that stuff, they listen to it. But that type of stuff can resonate. That's why hood guys like that type of stuff, bro, because they can relate.
Exactly. I feel that too. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
To conclude this video, all I can say, don't allow setbacks to knock you off your vibe. Don't allow setbacks to make you quit in life. You know, you have big things to do, and just reassess your plan. Maybe your plans is not detailed enough to get you to the next level. And if you get to the next level, there's things that can easily crush you. I want you to always look back in your life, not to dwell in the past, but to see the patterns in your life, to understand what you need to adjust. You know, because if something keep happening frequently, maybe there's something that you need to pay attention to and adjust, and ultimately it's for your own good. So I don't look at setback like something that's here to crush me. I look at it like I get to practice my patience. I get to take more time and study whatever I'm trying to do. Do I really want to do it? Think about it. You can't just become the best at something unless you are really tested. You know? How do you know this is worth God granting you if the first obstacle comes and you just quit? That means you don't really want it for real. So when these setbacks keep happening, it's to see, are you going to come back? And that's a sign of showing that I really want it. You want this. That's why no matter what happens, you always come back and redo it again. Just look at it like, is my life going to have meaning if I don't go for this? Or am I just going to be in my house depressed, talking and thinking that God don't love me or nobody's out here to help me? How can people help you if they have their own things they're worried about, if they have their own things they're trying to achieve? You don't need nobody to motivate you. All you do is motivate yourself. That's what I say. Before you get out your house, have something in your mind and really believe that by the end of the day, God is going to give me my answer that I'm looking for. And I bet you'll be surprised. You'll be inspired. You know, right now I'm about to go to Juma, and I just left my house, and I have my questions in mind. So whatever I see is interacting with me. So everything I see outside is interacting with me till the day is over. And I believe I'll get my answers, whatever I need to know, whatever I need to make changes in my life, whatever I need to adjust in my life, whatever I need to, you know, to basically, you have some beliefs that don't serve you no more, you know, from your younger ages. Like, you needed those beliefs to get past whatever stage you were. Now you're in a different stage, so you need to have new belief. So sometimes you go outside and you might encounter things. You might have people talk to you about certain things that you have in mind. That's why it's very important to have something in mind before you leave your house, because whatever happens outside is actually bringing the answer to you, right? For example, you may think of something, whatever. Let's just assume whatever you have in mind, and you go outside and a random person just bring that topic up. You're really going to believe God exists, and you're going to believe, wow, so everything is actually happening for me instead of against me. So only at that point you can see that setbacks is actually for you, because you see the patterns in your life. You go back in your past and look how everything played out, how everybody thought you was losing, and later on to come see that you're actually winning. You're actually on your real path. You're actually on the straight path. So if you don't have that for yourself, nobody's going to congratulate you. Nobody's going to tell you they see you. Nobody's going to tell you they're proud of you, because they don't see what you're doing. And they're not supposed to see, because only you are inspired, you know, to follow the path you're following. So, and I'm not saying try your best to prove to people that you're onto something good. Just prove it to yourself and be your own support. So whenever you see yourself lacking, tell yourself, like, nah, this is not me. I'm not supposed to be acting, and adjust it. Whenever you see yourself becoming weak, tell yourself, I'm not this weak. It's just time right now. I know I'm sad a little bit. I know everything's not going according to my plan, but I just got to be strong enough to go outside and look and be inspired by God. If God wants me to win, everything is conspiring for me to win. You know, look at yourself at a bigger light. Look at yourself big. Like, don't look at yourself small. You know, when you watch these people that's actually winning in life, don't look at yourself smaller than them. Yeah, respect. As man, we respect each other, but you also got to look at yourself like a winner. And eventually you're going to win. And everything that's happening in between is just making you turn into that version of you that's going to be there anyways. So setbacks is the biggest blessing you can have, because you don't want to be winning right now with no plan. You don't want to be winning right now not knowing where you want to lead your business or wherever your source of income is. You don't know what to do with it. But when you're in setbacks, now you're looking for opportunities, right? And now you can see other people's opportunity and how they're not taking advantage of those opportunities. And you want it bad, but you don't have access to it because you are put in you are in the stage where you are observing everything and you see what other people have going on. You know what you can do to make it better, but they're not doing that. And you feel bad, like, what are you doing, bro? Just go ahead and do this. Like, look at this opportunity. You can be rich off of this. And they ignore you. Those are the time you learn a lot about yourself. You know, you see all your friends have the best opportunity, something that you're looking for, and they're not taking advantage of it. And you want to, but you don't have the means, and God is just keeping you at that place where you can observe. Isn't that a blessing compared to you just sitting at home like, look at my friends, they're all doing good, and I'm sitting here and I'm broke? Just wake up. Like, sometimes whatever glitters is not gold. You have to understand, you might be in a dark place, but only if you look around you in that darkness, you can see things that will get you out of this darkness. That's all God is doing. You in your dark place, you're not winning right now. Everybody's looking at you like a loser, but in reality, you're the biggest winner. Because if you was in the light, everybody would have seen what you have access to. Now that you're in the dark, they can't see it because it's dark. Only you can see it if only you're willing to shine your light and look what God have for you over here. You know, this is something that will probably shift your mind. There's people in jail, in maximum security jail, and they're still able to escape. It's because they looked around and see what they can use to get out of this misery. You in the dark times, look. Open your eyes and look. Even though it's ugly, it's dark, it's hard to see, you're definitely going to find something in there that other people don't have access to. And you take that and you bring it to the light. And now the people that's calling you like you're not doing nothing in your life, you're not, you know what I'm saying, you're failing, they will see you're strong enough to go in that darkness and bring something out. Let them do the same thing. That's what you call a life of a man.